So today is a little rest day for us and we're wandering around the ethical zoo of Ballygawley. It's quite a wet day and so there aren't many other people here, which is fabulous because Tess can be alone to do her business in the trees. So here we are exploring the ethical zoo in Ballygawley at the Todsley Activity Centre. We can see ostriches, Tess and the giraffes. Tess and the rhinos. So here we are on the Carrick-a-Tod rope bridge, inspired by the Carrick-a-Reed rope bridge, which we didn't go on this trip but we've been on before. And it is pretty bouncy. There are some hidden steel cables you can just about see in the floorboards. Not sure we can get that in, it's a little better. The rope bridge. And now we're in the dinosaur park area. Tess doesn't really seem very bothered. I guess because they're not moving, right Tess? If they were moving you'd be a bit more scared. Good girl. Good morning. It's day 9 or leg 9 anyway of my walk across Ireland, and we're just leaving Omagh on our way to Castle Archdale. It's going to be a walk in 3/3, and the first third's about 7 or 8 miles to the lovely little town of Dromore, where we'll stop for a bite to eat. After that we've got another 7 or 8 miles to Irvinestown, which again we'll probably get an early dinner, and then we're camping at Castle Archdale, which is right on the loch side, and that's about 22 or 23 miles away. So it's now 10 AM, and if we walk about 3 miles an hour with a couple of hour stops, that'll get us there for about 7 PM I think. It's a lovely day. I'm always quite surprised how quickly we leave the town behind and end up in the countryside. We are only been on the road for maybe like 20 minutes and already it feels like we're kind of deep into Irish countryside. One of the beautiful things about travelling to a new country is that you get to build a mental map of the country's geography in your head. So I've been learning about the 4 provinces of Ireland, and we have Ulster in the northeast, where I started to, and then Connaught, I think that's how you pronounce it, in the northwest, where I'll be travelling to in the next few days when I leave Ulster. Ulster shouldn't be confused with Northern Ireland. All of Northern Ireland is in Ulster, but Ulster actually has, I think, 3 more counties in it besides the 5 that make up Northern Ireland. Then below Connaught you've got Munster, which County Kerry and County Cork reside. That's in the southwest. And then in southeast you've got Leinster. Now I think my walk will take me through all 4 provinces. I'm not entirely sure how much of it I'll spend in Leinster. I might just be skirting across the border and back again, because I'm more or less following the border between Munster and Leinster for quite a while before I head truly into Munster for going down into the bottom of Cork. There's also 32 counties in Ireland. I don't know the names of all of them, but I can tell you that I'm in County Tyrone at the moment, and our next stop, Dromore, in 5 miles or so, is also in County Tyrone, but by the time we get to Irvinestown we'll be in County Fermanagh, which is the last I guess Northern Irish county we'll be in before we cross over the border into the south tomorrow. So we're carrying on down these country lanes and we can see a strangely named place called Loch Muck, which would be a favourite for my sister to swim in the dirty filthy water. Found a very nice minor road to walk down, so nice there's grass growing in the middle of it, and I think that's a sign that Tess can probably be off lead. She's got a ball and she's got so much energy, so just wants to keep playing with it. She doesn't know we've still got another 18 or 19 miles to go, but yeah, if she's happy, I'm happy. We've got some very curious cows today. Hi cows. Oh, you're quite interested in Tess. Not really in me, are you? Not really. So we're on the kind of final approach to Dromore, and we're on this famously named road, the Curly Road. I wonder why it's called the Curly Road? Let's find out. So here we are on the Curly Road. It actually turns out there's a place called Curly rather than the road itself being perhaps curly, but yeah, seems like a nice place anyway. Here's a much better view of this little edge here. Lovely County Tyrone. Very interesting here how we have the surnames at the top of the headstones in quite large letters. Not sure if we see that much in England at all. There's Dromore. There's a couple of pubs here and a couple of cafes, so let's see if we can find somewhere to eat. So we're leaving Dromore behind us, and there I suffered probably the worst eviction I have had from a pub, simply for having a dog. And they basically said, get out of here, get out of here. This is a place that serves food. We don't like dogs in here. Get out, get out, get out. And which is completely unreasonable and overacting in my opinion. So I left them a 2-star review on Google. Don't know if that'll do much or not. But we did meet a lovely lady who held Tess's lead for me whilst I went into a shop to get some canned dog food. And then we walked past the Witch's Brew, which didn't say it was dog friendly, nor it was dog unfriendly, but went in and I used the tactic of asking for a takeaway coffee, because then they can't really say, oh, we don't allow dogs in here. And then I asked for a takeaway bagel as well, and I got to sit down for 10 minutes in a nice comfy chair whilst where they were preparing the takeaway for me. So yeah, not too bad. I'm sure there are the dog friendly places in the town, but a lot of places were shut today for some reason, not sure why. Anyway, we're heading on to Irvinestown, and that looks a lot more promising. We'll hopefully be able to get a hot meal tonight, and maybe my bagel will last for an evening snack once we get to the campsite. And here we are on the high point of the walk again. Not very high, maybe not even 200 metres tall, but we're the highest for quite a long point, so we've got a good vantage. I spy a pair of donkeys. Hello donkeys. Good evening. So it's 20 to 5 and we're still about an hour out of Irvinestown, but I've been recommended a nice dog friendly bar called Molly's where we'll get a stop to eat and we rest for about an hour, and then that'll take us to kind of 6:40, and then we've got an hour and a half walk to the campsite. So you should get there about 8:10, which coincidentally is also the time of sunset. So we're putting up our tent in the twilight, but it should be okay because I think we'll still have about half an hour of visibility. Yeah, here you can see we're at another quite a high point, and you can see hills after hills after hills in the background there. And so after all this time, we rejoined the A32, and you can see it says Dromore was only 8 miles and Omagh 18. It's actually taken me 19.5 miles to get here. Irvinestown's got a population of about 2,500, and I think it's quite a friendly place judging by the number of dog friendly cafes and pubs. We're going to try our look at Kelly's, which is just 2 or 3 minutes walk up here on the right. So we're just leaving the lovely little village of Irvinestown, and we've got another 3 or 4 miles to walk to the campsite, and we've got about just enough daylight to get there. I think I've got about an hour and 10 minutes before the sun sets, so hopefully I won't be putting my tent up in the dark. So the pub I went to is actually called Molly's, not Kelly's, and it serves excellent food, very friendly to the dog, and lots of the clientele actually wanted to come and say hello to Tess and take my business cards and perhaps make a donation. So yeah, really good. Whilst I was there, I was checking out my route for the next few days, and it seems like this sounds like quite a long way around. If we went clockwise around Loch Earn, I think it's called, then it would be 27 miles, but the way I'm going counterclockwise, which I think should be more beautiful and perhaps safer, as in less A-road walking, is more like, I think, 39 miles. But my route is wiggly and non-direct, both to kind of take advantage of seeing some of the sights, but also because not everywhere has got a dog-friendly place to stay or a campsite. So yeah, it's not the, definitely is the scenic route, I think, of walking Ireland, but nothing to worry about really. It just means I get to see more of this beautiful country. So tomorrow, the short way to get to where I want to go is a 17-mile walk, but it does involve a bit of A-road walking, so I might see if there's a better way that is not too much longer, but it's a bit more pleasant for walking. We will hopefully be picking up some of the island way proper and go into Pettigo, which is back in the Republic of Ireland side, and I think much of Saturday and Sunday will be crossing back and forth between the two islands, if you like, just because of the way that I'll be walking kind of parallel to the border, and so yeah, we'll be going back and forth. It should be interesting. Apparently the only thing you can really tell is that the road signs are different colours and they accept different methods of payment, as in euros, not sterling. So yeah, should be interesting. So we're just going to this spa to get some dog food for Tess, and that campsite is only about a mile walk away. Hopefully you can see the moon there. So we're actually on a footpath now for the first time today. This is Lisnarrick Country Trail. It should take us to the campsite. I think if we take the left fork here, that's what we want. So nice, now lovely gentle walk down to the campsite, and let's hope we can find a nice place to pitch.